Hey guys, Tyraco here, and today we are in another account review. This account is Torlik's account. He's been a long time viewer of the stream. Oh wait, just kidding. It's Torsense account. I get those two people mixed up pretty often. They both are in the stream quite a bit. Torsense been struggling a little bit with the clan balls. So I'm gonna jump into his account, see what he can improve on. He told me he did make some purchases with packs, so we got a lot of energy here. Definitely gonna be good to farm some mastery. So I'm gonna try to get him to Minotaur 15. That's just a few ideas that I have before I want to actually look into the account to see where he should be progressing. Looking at the gym mod, let me see real quick what he has. 3 out of 3. Okay, awesome. So let's take a look on which daily login reward he is at. So he's approaching the day 60. He's not going to really need Yaga, I don't think. I know he has Aothar and some other good poisoners. Just got day 55 claimed. So we're not early account. We're about midway through. He should be about mid-game. So I'm going to jump in and check it out. Let's look at his clan boss damage. I think that's a big thing he really wanted to fix. So Torcent, make sure this is the same Torcent. I know he has 2 accounts. So Torcent, he is on the clan boss, and he is doing 6.62 million on easy. Of course, it's a 1 key. Normal, 3.6. He sent me a screenshot in Discord. Let me see. All right, so since this is a YouTube video, I'm actually able to edit that out. I accidentally opened up the Discord onto the screen, and his password would have been leaked. But since it's a YouTube video, I can edit that. With that said, he sent me the screenshot, and it was 8.72 million damage. I'm not for sure what clan boss difficulty that was. Let me message him real quick on Discord, and we'll see whenever he replies. All right, so we just messaged Torcent over on Discord. He should be replying in a few seconds. We'll figure it out. I want to make sure that I assume that the 8 million damage was on easy, but it may have been on normal and hard. He may have ended this early, but I definitely think we can make some changes here, get this team doing better for him, and help him progress. So let's jump in here and take a look at his champions. I know he has a lot of really, really good champions. Aothar, excellent poison champion. Kale, same thing, excellent poison champion. Biggin, great for wave clears. Doom Priest, got a lot of good level 60. I mean, he got 6. He got Skull Crusher here. I didn't actually, okay. He just responded on Discord. He says that was easy on Void Affinity. Okay, cool. So we have Skull Crusher here, which may actually be a really good idea for his clan boss team. I mean, he has a perfect counterattack team with Coffin Smasher, does decrease attack on his A1. We need to get Coffin Smasher ascended. So I'm gonna do a little bit of magic keep for him. I'm pretty sure we can do it really fast. I want to get Coffin Smasher ascended. I guess Torcent may have just overlooked this, but the reason why Coffin Smasher is so good, well, let me check something real quick. Let me see if he even had him on his clan boss team. I'm sure he did. Yeah, so let's get Coffin Smasher ascended. So Torcent, this is like a massive thing right here. This alone will help you live longer on the clan boss. When he's ascended 3 stars, attacks one enemy 3 times, each hit has a 15% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack. This alone will let you live so much longer. So he's responding on Discord some more. Let me see what he's saying. Put masteries on Aothar and Skull Crusher. Awesome. Skull Crusher is 6-star ATM first. All right, so he put masteries, he said, on Aothar and Skull Crusher. Perfect. So Skull Crusher is not quite 6-star yet. It's not a huge deal, but that works out well. Masteries on Aothar. I think Aothar may need War Master instead. I've actually never used Aothar. A Giant Slayer is not terrible. He does have this ability, but we'll work it out. We'll get something worked out for him. Won't be changing the masteries. But with that said, I'm going to do a few magic keeps just to get Coffin Smasher ascended. This is so incredibly, oh my goodness. Well, we're not going to do the masteries because this isn't open until Wednesday. So, Torcent, whenever you get back into your account, get him ascended. 3-star ascension, it's literally going to be a night and day difference on your clan boss team. Such an incredible help right there, that 50% decrease attack. Let's see if we have anybody else. Tyrell technically could do decrease attack. His chances are not going to be as high as Coffin Smasher since I believe he's booked out. Yeah, so we'll just work around that. Definitely something we want changed. Definitely something we want changed. But we'll just have to work around that for right now. With that said, another thing I want to look at progression. While Clan Boss is important and it does give you a lot of great stuff, I don't think Clan Boss necessarily is like the biggest deal for Torcent right now, in my opinion, as far as progression goes. One massive thing is going to help him, and since he does have 3,700 energy, Minotaur 15 is going to be great. So like typically I say always buy your masteries early in the game, just because I think it's a much better deal to buy them. But Torcent's not an early game. So buying your masteries at gyms isn't actually going to be more worth it for you. Better yet, you should just be farming Minotaur 15. So let me go through here, set you up some teams, and get you through to Minotaur 15. I mean, I'm pretty sure this team you have is more than capable of doing it. We don't actually need Coffin Smasher just yet. Whenever you run him through for the masteries himself, yeah, you can use him. But let's use somebody who we know we already have masteries on. So you already have masteries on Aothar. So if we throw Aothar in here, so like say instead of Kale, or like instead of Doom Priest, I think you got enough survivability. Actually, let's do this. Let's keep Doom Priest in there since she is level 60. She can use full masteries. Let's do this team. So Aothar won't be getting any masteries because he's full. So the only champions who will be getting masteries are these 4. So that decreases the amount of runs you actually have to do. Now, turn this on auto. This should be a pretty easy clear. I haven't even checked the gear on these champions, but I'm pretty sure there's no problem. So with Biggin, we don't have his crit rate to 100%. I'm definitely going to go in there and check it out. If his crit rate's 100%, he does have this A1. I believe it hits twice if it's a crit. Let me show you what I'm talking about in just a second if I could actually land it on him. Okay, well, his A1, pretty sure it is. We'll check it out after this. I'm pretty sure it's a attacks once. If it's a crit, attacks all enemies. So we definitely want to get that done on him. If for nothing else, for Minotaur, well, actually no, Dragons is gonna be amazing. Minotaur's gonna be amazing. You do have the ability to do Dragon 20. Like you do have the team comp to do Dragon 20 without a doubt. If you're not already doing it, I assume since you're not progressed to Minotaur, you're probably not doing Dragon 20 just yet. I'll jump in here in a second and look at your champion's gear and maybe some gear changes that need to take place. There probably is, but right now, this team is looking pretty easy to clear like Minotaur 15. So instead of spending the 800 gems on actually going through and buying your masteries, I would actually just say take that energy you have and run Minotaur 15. I mean, I think it takes about 2,000 energy per masteries on a champion. So technically, you may be able to take Skull Crusher in here as well and limit down your possible champions getting masteries to, I guess, 3 champions. Or we could even test it with fewer champions. So I can look at Miscreated Monster, take just like 2 or 3 champions, so then only one person's actually getting the masteries. I'll see what we can do there. I want to go to Minotaur 15 first before we start making any of those changes. But with the current team setup, it's going to take you 2,000 times 4, so about 8,000 energy. About. It could be more and it could be less, but about there, I would say, to get full masteries. So obviously, that's something you want to leave on overnight. An auto clicker, don't really want to sit in for that. It's take a long time. Honestly, Miscreated Monster alone can actually solo Minotaur, and that's what I do on my account. I just use Miscreated Monster, solos Minotaur by himself. I take him along with somebody else. Easy clear, no problem whatsoever. However, I don't think your monster has the gear. If you're not doing Dragon 20s, you definitely don't have the gear capabilities to do that yet. But it looks like this is going to be probably a 3-minute or so Minotaur run. So definitely worth you just going in here, farming Minotaur some to get your masteries. You did buy the ones on Aothar and Skull Crusher, which isn't bad. I mean, Skull Crusher should definitely be your next 60, I believe. Building a clan boss team around him is going to be so good. If we had Frozen Banshee, it'd be even better. But we do have a lot of good champions with good debuffs on their A1, which Skull Crusher is just going to help so much more keep those up. With that said, we definitely want to get Coffin Smasher taken to 3-star Ascension. I know you posted in the Discord a little while ago saying that you're working on your champions, getting their ascensions done. But this kind of goes for anybody who's new and early. Watch out for your champions who have that extra ability unlocked, so like that exclamation point on one of their abilities and one of their skills. Watch out for those champions that say at 3-star Ascension this ability gets upgraded. Some of them don't really matter and they're not a huge deal, but almost every single champion that has that exclamation point definitely should be ascended to at least 3 stars as soon as possible. And in Coffin Smasher's case, he's a very easy champion to ascend. He's a rare champion, so it doesn't require too many potions. Just a few runs of the Magic Keep, you'll be done. If you had some Magic Keep potions right now, I would definitely use them for him. The most worth it champion on your team. Definitely will help your team live significantly longer against the clan boss. Especially if your team's living to like turn 20 or so right now. Turn 20, I believe, is when the clan boss starts hitting significantly harder. So if you can live past that turn, I mean, you'll be taking 50% less damage, more or less, and you'll just be able to live quite a bit longer. So definitely want to get him ascended. With that said, we are going to be able to clear Minotaur 15, no problem. So that's what you should be farming. Definitely a perfect place to be farming. You got plenty of champions that can use the masteries. Just take some champions who you'll be most likely using your clan boss, but all of these champions can benefit. Monster, all the champions we took just now, perfect. And with Aothar already having his masteries done, he won't be soaking up any of those scrolls. So it's going to be, you'll be running it quite a bit, but significantly less than if you farmed it on an earlier stage. Now, with that said, let's take a look at your dragon team. So typically, my order of progression, I think the most important thing outside of the dungeon, like you can do stage 15 on all of these, no problem, which you're already doing. But it goes the dungeon keeps. That's what's typically going to happen first, and then Minotaur 15, super important for early game account progression or just account progression in general. Typically happens probably about mid game when you hit that, and then Dragon's Lair is the next definite option for progression. So your Dragons team, I may play around with this a little bit, but I want to jump in here and look at your gear, see if we can make some tweaks. I want to specifically look at Biggin. So you have him 2-star Ascension. He does have this, same thing. You're going to be spending a lot of time in the Magic Keep. When the Magic Keep opens up, I want you to go in there and spend quite a bit of energy in that just to get all your magic potions, because you got Biggin who needs Ascensions. You got Miscreated Monster who needs Ascensions. He gets this instead. Super, super good. This gives him this plus 15% continuous heal. Amazing, especially since he's going to have a ton of HP. You probably even have some more champions. I don't know if Royal Guard does. Okay. Tyrell gets it unlocked there. Tyrell is an excellent champion for the clan boss as well with this defense aura. You just got so many champions that really need magic potions. So honestly, I wouldn't even be upset, man. It's go in there and spend 1,000 energy. Spend even more than that possibly. You're going to be using the magic potions for a while. Stage 15, get all of his masteries done. Get all of Monster's masteries done. No, not masteries, Ascensions, sorry. Get all their potions done. Same thing, even try for Tyrell. Let me look at how many arcane potions you have. So you're low on arcane. So honestly, I would jump in the arcane. Do a little bit of that right now. I know you were doing, apparently I think you were doing some force. I mean, you got enough to ascend her. So I think right now you should be doing the arcane keep, and then come tomorrow, you should be doing the magic keep, because if not, you're gonna have to wait till I guess Friday or something like that to do the magic again. So definitely invest some time in that tomorrow. But besides that, let's look at Biggin. So his A1 attacks one enemy, attacks all enemies one time if the first attack is critical. This means we have to get his crit rate up to 100%. He could have 2,000% crit damage, but if he only has this 30% crit rate, that's only going to actually activate a third of the time. So he's only going to be getting a crit a third of the time, which is just not worth it. That's just not what we want to do. So this flat stat on these gloves are not something we want. The only thing that's actually helping you on these gloves is this 6% crit rate. So let's take these gloves off of Biggin. They're basically garbage for him, to be honest. I don't think Skull Crusher actually needs any crit rate. You have 2 Kales? Yeah, you do. Yeah, I was gonna say, what am I thinking? This Kale has 2 hands, or what's going on here? Yeah, see this Kale, you get gloves on each Kale, crit rate gloves on each Kale. Better yet, it confused me for a second. I was like, whoa, I didn't know Kale had 2 hands. New news to me. So this Kale is not even being used, apparently. And I think I had him in your team, maybe. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I switched him out. Yeah, I switched him out. So let's take these gloves off this Kale, who's just, actually, the other one I think had 50%. Where's the other Kale at? Oh, you got a Cold Heart sitting here too. Man, lucky you. Lucky you. Okay, this Kale is the one I was using. But we can take this and take these gloves off of the other Kale, possibly. Since they're already level 16, perfect situation. We boost your crit rate up now to 64% without even sacrificing any crit damage whatsoever. Now, when it comes to your other pieces, let's see if we can possibly, so we don't want these boots either. Like, you definitely want speed boots, 100%. Without a doubt, you want speed main stat boots. Let's see if you got that. So you do, on your Diabolist. Diabolist doesn't really need this. You're not going to use Diabolist. You got Haikatoon. I assume Haikatoon's being used in your arena team, so that works out well. I'm actually halfway tempted to take these speed boots off of Elaine, simply because it's going to give you more crit rate whenever we get the set piece. Let's see if you got a shield as well. So a shield, you don't have a shield in, maybe you do, let's see. Sometimes it's a little weird. Sometimes it takes a little bit of finessing to actually get the sets to pop up. So you do not have a shield in the crit rate set, which isn't a massive deal. I want to get your crit rate to 100%. Like that's all there is to it. I don't think Biggin has any built-in crit rate, like any additional. Yeah, he does not. So we definitely want to get your crit rate to 100%. That's all there is to that. Let's see. So we're at 64. We need about 30 more percent. 36%, I guess. So we're gonna have to definitely squeeze some out of your gear. Let's see what we got going here. So substats, crit rate, equipped. So we got some lifesteal pieces. So we got some lifesteal pieces here. Honestly, I don't think your Aothar really needs the crit rate as much as Biggin does, to be honest. He's at 61% right now, which definitely not bad, but let's see if we can make some adjustments. So I'm gonna sit in here for a second, try to get his gear changed, and then I'll jump back into the point where it does. When we do get the gear fixed, sometimes this takes a little while, so I'll be back in just a second. All right, so Torsen, we're back into your count, dude, and this is gonna break your heart. This is honestly going to break your heart, and it broke my heart. But we had to strip some gear off of Fellhound. The Golden Boy 5-second campaign farmer, I had to strip some gear off of him. This is not Fellhound, but for some reason I always think Shatterbones is Maneater. So with Fellhound, I had to take some gear off of him, dude. It was just much better used on Biggin. We did lose a little bit of crit damage, but we got you to 102% crit rate. Got you 184 speed now. So your Biggin, let me jump in here to the arena and show you how hard your Biggin hits. I assume you have him on your arena team. You do not. That is going to be something we're about to change. Before I get out of your account, I'm going to put Biggin into your arena team, and he's going to blow your mind. Actually, better yet, let's go ahead and throw him right on in there. So 184 speed, he should be going pretty much. Definitely should be taking a turn. If not, I'm gonna be amazed. But let's go ahead and hit him just with this. All right, so we kill that person in one hit. Not surprising. Get a little attack boost. We want Doom Priest to go before Biggin. So we definitely got some speed tuning to do to your arena team, but overall, Biggin is going to do pretty much insane damage. Like, he just wiped out the team. As you get more gear, you'll be able to put more and more better gear on Biggin, but overall, he's definitely going to be a good nuke champion right now. Getting him fully ascended is going to really change the game for you. So, when the Magic Keep opens, farm some potions. With that said, let's so you know now you're definitely going to be doing Minotaur 15 without a problem. Dragon, let's see if I can progress through some dragons. I'm going to go ahead and run some dragon matches to see how far along we can get, and then I want to jump in and try to optimize this clan boss team and try to get everything going good around that. So we'll be back in just a few seconds, see how far I can get pretty easily without making too many adjustments. His team right now is Hykertoon, Miscreated Monster, Doom Priest, Kale, and Coffin Smasher, so an easy change right here, and we should be good to go. Now, we'll be back in here in a few seconds to see how this plays out. All right, Torsen, so I did Dragon 18 a few more times. Honestly, I think you may be able to cheese it. If you do it a whole lot, the RNG may hit perfectly so you can actually do it. However, I don't think it's the best bet. I think right now, if you go in and you just get these masteries done on these Miscreated Monster, Biggin, you get those 2 masteries done, and then you go in and get their, well, not the masteries, their ascensions. If you get their masteries done, yeah, it's definitely gonna help out a lot. But if you get their ascensions done as well, get them fully ascended, get Doom Priest, Miscreated Monster, and Biggin fully ascended by tomorrow, I really think you're going to be able to clear Dragon 20 without too much of a problem. With that said, on Dragon 18, which is where we're at right now, I did have Biggin as the leader. The reason why I had him as the leader is because he does do this accuracy increase by 90 in dungeons, and his accuracy is pretty low right now. On Dragon 19 and 20, you probably won't need that because Kale and Aothar should place their poisons pretty well, but if you do need that extra accuracy, definitely bring him in. Actually, looking at their accuracy now, you probably will need that because Kale has 170. On Dragon 20, you want about 200. So you probably do want to keep Biggin as the leader just so you make sure you're placing your debuffs. Once you get this added on, it's going to help out as well. You'll be able to decrease their speed, which is going to be nice so you can even go even more frequently. So definitely get them ascended. It's going to be perfect for you. So let me jump in here to your clan boss team real quick. I know this was the main thing you wanted fixed or main thing you wanted worked on. So I'm going to check this out. I'm going to see what team I think you may be best for. I'm going to try to go in, maybe change out some of their gear, try to push you up a little bit higher in the clan boss damage. I want to hit normal. I want to hit easy first to see if we can beat this 6.62, hopefully 6 to 8 million. Honestly, I think you should be hitting normal, possibly even hard right now. By the end of this week, you'll probably be hitting hard/brutal. Definitely you have the team capabilities to. Coffin Smasher is definitely gonna help you out a ton. So let me jump in here and see what you got going on, see if I can get some speed tunes correct, and I'll be right back. All right, Torcent, we are back in here. I did some speed work into your account. So we're not gonna be able to get Aothar speed tuned correctly to this team just yet because of the fact that his speed is pretty low at 138. We need to get some speed sets on him. So like once you get some 5-star speed set speed boots, I would really like for you to get some like defense percent or HP percent, even gloves to put onto Aothar. I think this is really going to help him out surviving just in general. His damage is good, but I don't think he's geared enough yet to like really be focused on too much damage. You have 61% crit rate. I would like to sacrifice some crit damage, put on some more speed. Looking at this, your Skull Crusher has 151 speed. Your Doom Priest has 177, which is really good. Your Kale has 161. Your Coffin Smasher did not have a lot of speed, so I fixed his speed. 158, so he's going to go right before Skull Crusher. He has more accuracy now. I put an accuracy chest plate on him instead of the one you had. Get this to 16 and be even more accuracy. You're running really low on silver, so we were really limited as to what we could do. With that said, I'm going to try to hit normal for you. Well, actually, let's go ahead. Let's hit easy first, just so we got a good comparison place. You don't use a speed leader when you're using a counterattack champion unless you're specifically geared, like speed tuned to do that, which is a little bit more complicated. So with that said, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to probably manual it for a little bit, and then we'll switch it out of manual once the clan boss does his stun. Once he's past his stun, we'll go ahead and manual it. Actually, maybe let's see how the speed tune works out, and I'll see what we can do. So first off, playing this stuff, it's gonna be interesting. Hopefully we're gonna do more damage to the clan boss than you did before. It is force affinity, which is typically pretty much a pain. We can go ahead and throw this up. Aothar is a little bit in a bad spot though. He won't be getting the full counterattack like we want. Like when he attacks, he's gonna miss one of the counterattack things. So it kind of sucks that he's slow in the speed tune, but everyone else is gonna get an extra turn. So that works out perfectly. Whenever you're doing this, make sure you keep an eye, because the next hit of the clan boss is going to be another AoE hit, meaning that if Skull Crusher has his counterattack up, everyone's going to be able to counterattack. After that is the stun though, and you don't want to have, so right now, for example, I don't want Skull Crusher to use this ability. So I want to just use his A1, let it go until next turn, and then next turn, we can leave it on auto now. Next turn, if Skull Crusher uses his counterattack, it works out perfectly. So basically, if the clan boss is going to use his stun, make sure Skull Crusher does not use his counterattack. So the speed tune is a little bit out of whack right now. We are still getting some pretty decent counterattacks. So overall, pretty good. It could be a little bit different if we had Aothar fixed and just the overall speed tune perfected. But on easy, I think we are going to see more damage done on this clan boss fight than you were before. If you got Coffin Smasher Ascended, it's going to be even better, because instead of this weak 25% decrease attack, you're going to have 50% decrease attack instead. You don't really need to do anything crazy for this level of clan boss easy. I mean, you're already one key in it. That was kind of unfortunate. Skull Crusher, I guess, went first that turn, so we completely missed the counterattack. Hopefully, he's going to be able to get another one up before. Speed tuning on normal, or speed tuning on easy is not something you really need to do. I mean, easy clan boss is, well, easy. So normal, hopefully it fits in a little bit better. So you'll have to keep an eye on this and make sure you like jump in and manual it when necessary. Like if you see Skull Crusher about to go very first in the turn, make sure you manually change it. We're not going to get very many counterattack hits out of this just because of the way the speed tuning is right now. It works best whenever Skull Crusher is going last on the team. But I do think we're going to get past that 6 million damage, even that 8 million damage you were doing before. Aothar's poisons, absolutely amazing. However, Aothar is not necessarily a great champion to have on a counterattack team. You want to have champions who do really good abilities on their A1. For example, this isn't fine. For example, somebody like a decreased defense champion on their A1. So like a rearguard sergeant, a Tyrell is really good. Coffin Smasher works instead of Tyrell, but adding in a rearguard sergeant would actually work out pretty well because you have the decreased defense on their A1. Adding somebody like Frozen Banshee instead of Kale to add more poisons would be really good. There's a lot of champions that you can really switch around, have a really good counterattack team going. This is going to be a stun hit, and it's not going to work on the counterattack. So normal, hopefully we get the rotation settled in a little bit better, but you'll definitely be one keying normal. Like I don't expect for you to keep doing easy. I think you should definitely be doing hard clan boss, honestly. And then once you get all your gear and your ascensions done and your mastery done as well, you'll actually, I can almost guarantee you'll be doing brutal clan boss in no time at all. Like you can even do it by next week. Next week or 2 weeks from now, you should be hitting brutal clan boss once you get everybody's gear situated, Skull Crusher to level 60, get his speed at the right point. You should be doing perfect. Speed is king early game, and actually through a lot of the game, speed is just such an amazing stat. And going first, going frequently, and manipulating your speed so that you go at the right time is super crucial to the game. Overall, easy clan boss. Don't really have to speed tune too much. It doesn't really matter. We'll see how it lands in normal. I could actually even try hard for you, because I think you can actually do hard probably in 2 keys, 1 key, 2 keys. We'll see. But I mean, we're already at almost 9 million damage, so we should definitely be well surpassing that. However, since Coffin Smasher is off affinity, he's not landing his decreased attack as much as we would like for him to, which is kind of unfortunate. And with that Skull Crusher counterattack just now, pretty crappy. But we'll see how this works out. Maybe he gets another hit. He should get one more hit. Maybe he lands the decreased attack. Will be super good. Okay, perfect. It's going to help out a little bit. If it was a 50% decreased attack, that would be massive. It was not, unfortunately, but close enough. So we're definitely surpassing that 8 million. Let me see. I think you commented before in the Discord. Let me see what you said about your clan boss damage. 9-7. All right. So I'm not actually sure what you said before. I couldn't find the message. But we did 12 million damage with this team. Wasn't even optimized. Let me go in here and see what you're doing on. Let's see hard. Hard's 11 million. It's gonna be pushing it, but let's see if your team's tuned for hard. Normal, you're 100% one key in it. That's kind of a given. I want to see where you're at on hard though, because I think this is more of the area you should do. So we want to make sure we manual it for a little bit. Make sure we actually get Skull Crusher's ability going correctly. So he will be going right before the clan boss hits. It looks like Aothar is actually going after the clan boss, which actually works out pretty good. Assuming, like right now, if Aothar goes after clan boss, perfect. It's not ideal that he doesn't get one hit in, but it is ideal that he's using his counterattack. So that's actually perfect for him. However, it may throw the team's speed tune out of whack a little bit. We'll see how this plays out. Really needed 50% decrease attack again, but I think you definitely already know that. So we'll see how all this plays out. So we got to keep an eye on this. Next turn, the clan boss will be using his stun. Excellent. Skull Crusher isn't getting around to his turn. We'll go ahead and use the counterattack. Excellent. We're not going to get as many counterattacks as we would like. We're only going to get 2 extra hits, but that's not terrible. As Skull Crusher gets the speed tune adjusted, once you get these people's speed closer to each other, it's going to be better, because right now you have Doom Priest who's at like 177, Kale who's also like 170, and then Skull Crusher who's like 150 something. So if you're able to like pull these people's speeds all together, but then just like a few numbers apart, it's going to help out a lot, because it's going to keep the rounds more consistent and have the counterattack up more consistently. So like right here, you get a few counterattack hits. Every single one of those counterattack hits can be massive damage increases for you, because of the fact that you have War Master on Kale, Giant Slayer on Coffin Smasher. You also have Giant Slayer on Aothar, which doesn't necessarily work great with Skull Crusher, but not bad. I think you have War Master on Doom Priest as well. So let's see what this works out to. Definitely 2 key capability right here. Easy. You may actually even do it in 1 key. So Torsten, you may actually have much more potential in your account than you even expected. Like you were hitting easy clan boss thinking that's where you belonged. That's definitely not where you belonged. You may have been doing it just to help out the clan. I'm not for sure exactly, but I think we definitely got your account progressed quite a bit. I think this is probably the biggest progression that I've done in any account. So I want to do a review on what all we've accomplished so far. And after this, of course, ends, and then we'll move on from there. But definitely pretty confident this is going to be 1 key damage right here. So that 11 million damage, I'm pretty sure. It's going to be awfully close. If Skull Crusher dies, obviously it's going to be bad. Maybe I should have manualed that just now. But it wouldn't have changed anything. So with that unkillable buff, saved Skull Crusher actually. It's pretty awesome. We did get one hit from Aothar, slow poke Aothar down here. Did get one hit from the counterattack. Perfect. Skull Crusher's probably going to die there. That's unfortunate. Get him to 60. It's going to make a world of difference. Get his gear changed. I think you need to go through and make sure none of your champions have flat HP or defense or attack equipment on them. All those flat stats are no good. They're kind of just a waste of equipment spots. Make sure it's either like crit rate for the gloves, HP defense percent, most likely for the chest pieces. Make sure you get speed boots on a lot of your champions. Speed boots is really going to be what changes the game for you. So you did 8.6 million damage here. So a solid 2 key. Once we get some of this changed, once Skull Crusher is ascended fully, once Skull Crusher is taken to level 60, you're going to see this 2 key move up. This is super important, super important getting him ascended. So since the force keeps open, you got a lot of potion farming to do today. A lot of potion farming to do today and tomorrow. Because we need to get Skull Crusher ascended fully. Because this upgrades from places a counterattack buff on all allies except for this champion for 1 turn, upgrades it to 2 turns. So that is absolutely insane. And then an ally protect, same thing, 2 turns. So just the counterattack that moves up. Definitely want to get him ascended as soon as possible. So priority today is go ahead and get Skull Crusher ascended. Tomorrow, get these 2 champions, Biggin and Miscreated Monster, ascended. Masteries are going to help out a lot. So basically, you're going to be farming the keeps and the Minotaur for the next few days. But I think you got a ton of potential here, Torsen. Your account is pretty well set, dude. So today in this little account takeover, I changed up some gear on Biggin. We didn't change any gear on anybody else, I don't think. We switched up Skull Crusher and Coffin Smasher, optimized their gear a little bit. Notice that you need more speed on Aothar. We got you to Minotaur 15 pretty easily. It should be even faster than this now. When you're going through Minotaur 15, keep somebody with full masteries, ideally, if possible. You have 2 champions, I think. Actually, maybe even 3 champions. Let's see. So, your Minotaur 15 team, I think your Biggin has full masteries, your Kale has full masteries, your Doom Priest has full masteries, and your Aothar does. So you got 4 champions, actually. So you can even test out a few different team comps. Like, you could run through this with, like, just Biggin and maybe, like, Biggin, Miscreated Monster, and then one other person that doesn't have full masteries. Well, actually, your Miscreated Monster doesn't have full masteries, does he? So just test it out. Obviously, if you do it whatever is the most optimal. If you're leveling up a champion, so like say you take Skull Crusher to 60, okay? This is the best idea I can give you. Say you take Skull Crusher to 60. Whenever you're trying to get him to level 60, run him through Minotaur with like Miscreated Monster or like Biggin, who's already fully masteried, and then like a Doom Priest. Biggin and Doom Priest, or Biggin, Doom Priest, and Kale should be able to go just them 3 with Skull Crusher and do pretty well. And then Skull Crusher is not getting as much of a split on the experience. It's not a huge deal, but you will get a little bit of extra experience. You may be even able to solo it. So it's something you can play around with, but definitely take some champions with full masteries along with like one other champion so you can get their masteries done really quickly. So hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, send me a Discord message and I'll try to clarify it for you. But dude, your account is set, man. Your account is pretty solid. We got to Dragon 18. I definitely think once you get your champions fully ascended, I didn't notice that they were already fully mastered. Once you get these champions fully ascended, you're going to be golden. Once Skull Crusher comes up to 60, you can probably sub him in for somebody like Doom Priest maybe, Kale maybe. You can sub him in for somebody. Just pair him up with Biggin, and it'll be perfect. May even be able to do Miscreated Monster, honestly, because your Miscreated Monster is not really doing a ton for the team, to be honest. Like, his shields aren't crazy right now, and since he's not fully ascended, so you may even be able to switch Skull Crusher in for Miscreated Monster, get those counterattacks up, which is really going to help with Biggin and using his abilities. So keep that in mind. Dragon 18, once you pass that, everything else should be a breeze. But hopefully that helps you out. Torsen, I guess you're probably stuck. I didn't even look at your missions. You're probably stuck on this one, yeah. Your arena team, let me just take a look at that real quick before I end this. So we're approaching the hour mark on this video. So sorry I've been in your account for so long. But your arena team, definitely solid. I would like it if you could, like, your Haikatoon is not really doing her job, to be honest. Her speed should be at least 200, 220-ish. So you need to go in here, farm a lot of speed boots, get her speed really high. You have speed sets everywhere. But I want to have speed substats on as many pieces as possible, preferably defense percent here or HP percent. We definitely need her speed to be at least 200. In order to beat these teams in bronze and silver, outspeed them, you really need that. And then Big N comes next. He has pretty good speed. Once you get her speed up first, make sure she's actually going first. Your team's going to be pretty solid. Your Kale's pretty fast as well, 161, not bad. But hopefully that wraps it up for the video, guys. Thank you all who watched the video. If you're looking for any clans, actually Torsen is the leader of this clan 7. Check out one of my other videos. I forgot which one, joining a beginner's clan. But I'm gonna leave a link to the Discord down below in the description. Join the Discord, join a clan, help you progress. I'm live every day except for Tuesdays and Thursdays on twitch.tv/Tyraku from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern time. I mean, it says it right here in the Discord, so you'll never forget. But thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully, maybe you learned something from this video as well as Torsen. Maybe I'll catch you guys in the Twitch stream later on down the road. Like I said, hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.